Hi viewers, the watch I'm going to feature today is from quite a unknown brand. Well, for me, pretty unknown. Something I didn't really come across until recently, and it is a proper Swiss made brand, and this is Gevril. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apologies if that's wrong, but it is a pretty smart piece. So let's have a look. Very substantial box. So this is the Wall Street model. That's the name they've given it. Wall Street. Swiss made watch. A Swiss brand giving their watches American street names. Bit odd, but certainly unique. Anyway, this is, as you can see, another homage to the Rolex Submariner, but it's very well done. This is the 43mm version, and it is quite slim for a 43mm watch. It's about 13mm thick, very smart. 22mm lug width. Now, the one thing that bugs me about this watch is their suggested retail price of $3,500. I mean, where do they get that from? It's just a Swiss automatic generic movement. It's powered by the Sapphire. It's not a chronograph, it's just a standard Swiss made automatic Sapphire powered watch. Very good fit and finish, but $3,500 is nuts. But you can pick these up from some stores, thankfully much less than that, although I've seen them still going for over $1,000, which is still too much in my opinion. I didn't pay anywhere near that for this one. Now, it is a good watch. It's very well made, very reliable, but when you see brands like Steinhardt doing almost the exact same thing for $500 or less, then you have to question what's the difference. What are you getting for the extra money? And I cannot see any real improvement on this watch over something like a Steinhardt. So I'm a bit sort of split on my views of this one. I do really like it. It's a lovely colour, but knowing how overpriced it is just sours it a little bit for me. And also, if I'm really honest, I am so bored with Submariner homages. They're just everywhere. And a lot of the micro brands, some of the Chinese brands that you can pick up from on Amazon for about $100. Anyway, that's enough of that negativity. It is still a very good watch, and I do enjoy wearing it. It does feel very good quality. The fit and finish is superb. It's got a lovely Jubilee bracelet, which is fastened with screw pins, so if you want to remove the links, they are all put together with screws, which is good anyway. That's always a sign of good quality on a bracelet. The clasp is quite well made, nothing out of the ordinary, but it is sturdy. The logo really bugs me. That just looks like some cheap shopping channel watch brand. And on the dial as well, just a very ordinary typeface, something like Arial Narrow or something. Just doesn't do it for me. Anyway, that's just a trivial matter. The bezel, as I said, is ceramic, and it's a lovely movement, 20 clip bezel, very good action, no play at all, and it does line up perfectly. Got a well machined screw down crown with that shopping channel logo on as well. The threading is a little bit gritty, which is disappointing, but it has a good pop to it. Nice smooth action. Got the Cyclops magnifier, which does a pretty decent job. So all in all, it is a very decent watch. Very well made. Nice colour. And a good quality feel about it. The case back is extremely boring. Just a very shallow embossing of that boring logo, but you know, it's just a case back, but it is pretty bland. But despite my negative opinions of this watch, I still do like it. There is something about it. The colour is really nice. The feel is great. It's got a nice weight to it, but it's not too thick. It feels smaller than a 43mm and does look smaller. The loom isn't bad, nothing amazing, but we'll show you that a bit later. For now, I'll just put it on the wrist and show you how that looks. Certainly does look good, does have a good presence, and the comfort level is very high. The Jubilee bracelet is very comfortable and not too heavy, and it sits really well on the wrist. Not bad at all. Okay, so I'll just show you quickly how that loom looks now. Now interestingly, Gevril does have quite a bit of heritage. It is a proper Swiss brand and they go back some way. Its origins date back to the mid-18th century and it was started by a Swiss watchmaker called Jacques Gevril. Now after some time, I think the brand was bought out by an American businessman, and I think everything was moved to New York, which probably explains the name Wall Street. Yeah, so it's certainly a very interesting brand with quite a lot of history. Worth checking up if you're interested in that kind of thing. So now I'll just zoom in on that dial and show you how that looks in a bit more detail. So here we can see this beautiful watch in more detail, and you can really appreciate the quality that's gone into building this. All the markers there are very well applied onto the dial. Looks pretty flawless. Got a big magnifier there, just done a good job. And the ceramic bezel really is a lovely colour, that. The printing is very crisp and sharp. Lovely blue dial, really deep, dark, intense blue. And we can see the signed crown, and the polishing on the case is really perfect. And we see that pretty boring and uninspiring case back. And minimum wording. And we've got the Jubilee bracelet. Pretty good fit and finish on that, and a good clasp. Not much wrong with that, very smart. And that's just about it for this watch. The Gevril Wall Street 43mm, pretty good effort. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.